Hello everyone and welcome back to Scrap Mechanic Survival. And in today's episode we're going to be making a car, hopefully. I do need the resources for a car though. The main things that we're going to need is a seat, an engine. I would like 8 bearings, but I don't think that that's possible without having one of the good seats. So we'll go with 6 bearings, and I need 4 small wheels. How much do we need for small wheels? You need 6 beeswax per wheel, so that's 24 beeswax. And we have 28, so we're good on beeswax. We'll need 60 tier 1 wood, which should be pretty easy to get. In fact, we can just start making that now. And we need 20 tier 1 metal, which I appear to have no tier 1 metal. But I do have a bunch of scrap metal, so we can easily make it. Alright, and that's all the wood that we're going to need. So now the metal is crafting up, and we're going to need a lot of gasoline for this likely. Let's see what a gas engine tier 1 takes. Oil, more metal, we can do more metal. Component kits and circuit boards. Do we have? We have enough, surprisingly. Just need a lot more metal, which we should be able to craft, but just barely. Alright, now we have enough materials for our wheels. So once the metal is done crafting, then we can craft up some wheels. And now we can start crafting the wheels. There we go. Get all that stuff crafted up. I've made too much tier 1 metal. Whoops, that's fine. And then we can craft the engine. And something that I would like to check on is, okay, so we need paint ammo and glue for a gas container. That's easy enough. So now we can start going and grabbing some glue and oil. The delicious resources. I really wish glue gathering was easier. Oh yeah, here's a glow bug. I forgot to show this last time, I'm pretty sure. Aren't they adorable? Alright, and with this, it seems like enough glue and oil for now. It definitely won't be for the future, but for now it's fine. So now we can start heading back to the mechanic station. I would like to grab a bit more oil though, while we're going there. Alright, now we're back. So now I can craft up the glue. We only needed 2, I think. And might as well craft up some gasoline and dump my resources in here. So now we need paint flowers to make paint ammo. And we also need more scrap metal for the bearings, because I forgot that that requires scrap metal to make. While we're out, we might as well check the packing station to see how difficult it's going to be to get things there once we have a vehicle. Generally, it's not too difficult to get to since it always has a road to it, but it'll be nice to check just to make sure. We can get some circuit boards real quick. Don't really need them right now, but they're nice to have for the future. And here's Haybot. There we go. Nice and easy. Oh yeah, and I made sure to fix the audio problem from the previous episode, so hopefully you all are actually hearing real game audio. And we get a first loot box of the episode. Ooh, 2 component kits. Absolutely amazing. I really hope there's no red bot in here. There shouldn't be one, but there's just that chance that this counts as a deep forest. Realistically, it shouldn't count as a deep forest, because it doesn't really feel like it, but I can never remember what type it looks like. It's like, that looks pretty dense to me. Okay, there's a compound structure to the side of the road. That's far enough to where that won't be a problem for delivering resources. Fruits. Get some more metal. It's always nice to have more metal, especially because we need it all. And let's see what this structure has. Ooh, soil and circuit boards. It's so much nicer not having to worry about audio problems. Oh hey, seeing those reminded me Also, I think that this means that this is a dense forest, which means it should be able to spawn the large red bots, which is concerning. Because that is right across the road from the packing plant. But the large trees remind me that I have an idea for what our base is going to look like. And what I'm hoping to find is one of those large trees by a shoreline. Oh, okay. There we go. Easy scrap metal. Something I had kinda hoped for was that there would be a cotton biome nearby. There never seems to be, which is very concerning, because if we don't have a cotton biome, then we don't have seeds. Or at least we don't have good seeds. Oh hey! There's a trader camp thing. Not trader camp, farmer camp. There it is. We can get a caged farmer from there. I'm almost dead. There we go. Very easy. Then I think after these two pieces of metal, there's one other thing that I'd like to check out, and then we'll head back to the mechanic station. Oh hey, loot crate. Okay, pretty decent items. Anyways, let's get the caged farmer out of here. I don't think we can deposit him yet. Mainly because I don't have a vehicle and I don't feel like rolling him up the really steep hill. Because caged farmers in any kind of hill is not a very good recipe. But we can at least kind of roll him to a more desirable location once we have a vehicle that can transport him. No! My thing. My strap rod. Where did the... There he is. Almost lost him. Ooh, giant wheat field. Those are great for scrap metal once you have a vehicle. Because if it's heavy enough, then you can just run over the hay bots. And if you get a resource collector with that as well, then you don't even have to get out of your car. So that's good to see that we have that pretty close by. Oh, that's not even that steep. Usually these are pretty steep hills. That's actually a pretty good trader. We can get our first caged farmer to the trader. Whoa! Is it just me or is there more, like, signs and stuff, and barricades here? Usually I don't feel like it's this many. Anyways, we're almost there. And finally they're in the area, and we can press that, and we have one caged farmer in the trader now, which I think is all we need for a spud gun. Yep, and 2 blueberries and 2 oranges, which requires a lot of tomatoes and a lot of blueberries. Might as well grab some seeds while we're here. Delicious, delicious seeds. You can feed them to birds. I really, really would like a cotton biome. 'Cause I really don't want to be using a scrap seat, but it is looking more and more like we might have to use a scrap seat. Well, if we're going to be using a scrap seat, might as well grab a bit more scrap metal, because I know that those take a lot. Okay, well, at least at the minimum, we do have a desert biome, which I don't think this is going to have oil on it, so that's actually not a good thing. This desert biome without oil is resourceless. Wait, this might have oil. Oh, yep, it has a oil puddle. That's great. Okay, so once we get a vacuum pump, then we can get infinite oil from here. And it's not too far from the mechanic station, which is exactly what you love to see. Ooh, 2-story warehouse. Well, once we have a spud gun, that'll be a great place to go to. Oh, wait. Is that a cotton biome? That looks pretty autumny to me. Up. I've tripped. No. No. Don't mind me just rolling down the hill as one does. Totally intentional. I definitely did not trip on my shoelaces. Nope. I did it again. I didn't do anything, never mind, nope. Everything's perfectly fine. Whoa, that is beautiful. Yes! Cotton! And it's right across the river from the mechanic station. Which is amazing. This episode is going great. I want to grab as much of this as I can, just so that we can also make a bed as well. Okay, another farmer camp. We can free them from the hay bots. This will be a great spot to do some tree chopping once we have a car with a saw. I'm pretty sure, don't these leaf piles sometimes have loot crates in them? Or am I just going crazy? Well, that seems like all the cotton that we're going to get from there, so hopefully 48 cotton is all that we need. I love drinking liquid while I'm in water. Very productive use of time right there. Ooh! There's an underground cave thing. These always have pretty good loot, usually. Gotta love the contradiction of always, usually, and it had just chemicals. Gotta love how Scrap Mechanic will prove you wrong at every chance that you give it. Alright, now we're back at the mechanic station again. And we should have everything that we need to make a vehicle. We have an engine, we need 6 bearings, but I want to make sure first. Alright, we need metal tier 1, which we thankfully have enough of. And we can make a seat! Yay! An actual driver's seat. And 3 bearings. Oops, I accidentally have 5 wheels. Well, spare wheel, I guess. Alright, and then we can start making the base of our car. Let's go 8 wide seems good. And how long do I want it to be? As if the driver's seat is not that big. Driver's seat is this big. 1 less. There we go. We can move it over 1 block. Have our engine there. Yeah, this seems like a good vehicle size. Then we can add some walls. Just like that. That gives us a nice back for transporting things, though I don't think a farmer cage will fit in there. That's fine, we didn't need that anyways. That'll come at a later date and time. And then we can start making our steering system. And because we have a real seat, we can use 8-wheel steering, which is amazing. I love 8-wheel steering over 6-wheel in Scrap Mechanic. 6-wheel can be good, but it just, most times you need all-wheel steering. And 1 more wheel, or bearing, 1 more bearing, and now we can start slapping on the wheels. And I don't have a connect tool, do I? I do not have a connection tool. What does it take to make one of these? Resources that I have a ton of abundance. And I would like to upgrade this a little bit. And upgrade our engine a little bit. What did it take to make this? Right, paint. Paint ammo. Make a bunch of that. And while the paint ammo is being made, we can wire up our car. Alright, we've got our steering hooked up, and then hook up the engine. That is not the engine. Then we can hook up our engine to all the wheels, make sure those are all going the same direction, and then, okay, the back wheels need to be reversed. And here's our amazing vehicle. And then with this paint ammo, we can then make a gas canister. I would like to make a bed. That is going to be a lot of resources though, and more paint ammo. We'll get back to that. For now, I would like to plant some more crops. Mainly I'm thinking some tomatoes and beets for right now. Then we can take one of our buckets and come over to our farm and plant up all the beets and all the tomatoes. I really kind of hope that we do get a raid today, because that would be a great way to end off the episode. Sometimes you can get 2 crops with 1 water, but it's pretty hard to do sometimes. It all depends on if Scrap Mechanic wants to be lucky or not. There we go. And I would like to fill in that 1 missing crops spot, just so that we have all of the plants that we need. All of the delicious, delicious vegetables. Alright, there's our oil and our gas canister. So then we can put this... Let's do a dangerous thing and put it right there. That seems perfectly fine with absolutely no possible repercussions. And put all of our gasoline in there. And crank up the engine to the maximum. Okay, maximums may be a little too much. Let's get it down to a reasonable speed. It's very driftable. Which I think is a good thing, but I'm not sure. Alright, let's see if we can craft a bed. That should be enough wood for it. And I would also like to see, can I make another chest? I think we can make another chest. Yeah, we can. We just barely have all the resources needed to make a chest. That is really nice. Let's get our car into the garage. Away from the creatures. We put a headlight on our car. There we go. Turn that up to maximum. It's not really needed, but, you know, it's nice to have. I would like some more component kits. And also, I would like to get some milk. Because we are now fully out of sun shakes, which is not very preferable. But in order to get enough milk, we have to get enough corn first. Enough cream corn, even possibly some Kernkob. So I would like to get as much corn as I can. Hopefully I can find a few hay bots. Oh, I hear one. Don't see it yet, though. Oh, there. Get over here. I need component kits, not circuit boards. I think I'll grab a bit more corn, see if I can find any more hay bots, and then start heading back to the base, because nightfall is upon us. Oh, 2 hay bots and a tote bot, but the tote bot basically doesn't exist. They're inconsequential. Get over here, hey bot. Stop following that walk. I want to have a chat with you. There we go. Very productive talking. See, that was a very productive trade. They traded me them, and I got metal and circuit boards. And no component kits. The one thing that I wanted from that. Very greedy hay bots. keeping all those component kits to themselves. You know, I understand it from a gameplay perspective, but from like a in-universe perspective, I don't understand why the only bot that doesn't have component kits is a tote bot. Why is that? Why of every bot can tote bots just not drop a component kit? And like, what even is a component kit to begin with? Need one more craft of wood, and we got all the paint that we needed. What? Why can't I craft a bed? I have all of the resources on me. Why can't I not craft a bed? Do I need more wood? Is it telling me the wrong amount? Also, what time is it? I feel like the raid should be here any second now. I'm worried that the raid is just like glitched out over here. Nope, we have 2 minutes. I don't know why it's not giving me the raid timer. Is this like perfectly on a chunk to where this is being divided? That would be really crazy and also really unfortunate if that's the reason. I mean, like, it's nice because it means I'm not getting a raid, but also it's kind of annoying because I'm not getting a raid. That was supposed to be an entertaining thing. Watch me defend a farm without any barricade or anything. Might have to relocate this next episode then. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here it is. Nope. I look like a fool now. I am one with the vegetables. Well, next episode then. I guarantee next episode will be the episode that we do the thing. We'll have a raid next episode. Guaranteeing it. Oh, there was a bearing here the whole time. I'm not thinking properly, am I? Okay, what was it that I wanted to craft? Oh, right, chest. Alright, I have more than enough. There we go. Why was I able to craft a bed? All the resource numbers were correct. That's weird. Let's see if we can find a walk. Alright, eat all of this corn. I will make you a house out of corn. As best as I can. Which I don't think will be very good, because I don't think I can do any kind of floating stuff. There's no side attachment points on corn. Oops. No, they're destroying the corn house! It was on screen for like 10 seconds. Not even that, it was like 3 seconds before it got destroyed. Well, all things built were meant to be destroyed, I guess. Just remember the classic scrap mechanic saying, if it doesn't work as intended, call it art. But wait, the art didn't work as intended. Oh no. If the art doesn't work as intended, can it be called art? I don't think it can. This is a lot of milk. Very nice. Can I have some cookies with this milk, please? That would be tasty. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Oh yeah, while I'm thinking about it, while waiting for this cow to slowly devour its feast. Gluttonous cow. I wanted to thank everyone for 1,000 views on the previous scrap mechanic video. I did not think any of my videos would reach 1,000 views this quickly. It genuinely blows me away. I could not ask for a better community. We're almost there. Just a few more. No, I was thinking about milk, and now I'm thinking about ice cream, and now I want ice cream, but I don't have any ice cream. Why am I like this? And now that I'm thinking about ice cream, I'm thinking about the ice cream and pizza conversation from a few of the streams now. So now I want pizza. And I don't have any pizza. Oh, it toppled over. We're almost there. Yeah, I sure am glad that this cow likes corn. Could have been like a purple bunny and had trypophobia or whatever. That would be unfortunate. Oh no. Stay over there. You stay over there. This corn is for this walk only. Don't come any closer. There we go. And now that we have our milk, now we can return to the base and craft up a chest. And then I think that'll be the end of the episode. This has been a very productive episode so far. We got a lot of things accomplished. Like our first car now. Do I have enough? I do not have enough metal. There is metal in here. It is not enough metal though. We need 2 more metal. And we can put our bed down somewhere. We'll put it in the pile of things. There we go. And now we can craft a chest. I don't have any glue. There's not enough glue. Wait. Wait. There we go. We can craft up that glue. And then we can wait for 1 minute and 30 seconds for our new chest to craft. And hopefully while that's crafting, our vegetables have been hatched. That's not the word. I can't think of the word. Doesn't matter. We have food. Delicious, delicious food. Something that I would love to do is having a more mobile base kind of car. Not exactly, like, it won't have a craft bot or anything in it, but enough stuff to where you could reasonably just travel out super far distances without having to even worry about stuff. Yay, and we have our second chest now. I'd like to put our, like, important crafting items and stuff, and food as well, just because why not, into the new chest. That seems like the stuff. And we can put it all in here. So circuit boards, component kits, wood, metal, throw in a bunch of these things, beets, and some tomatoes. Actually, we'll put all tomatoes in there. And then Con goes over here. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for today's episode. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!